What if you weren't born into this life? What if you were inserted into it without your full consent? And what if the most dangerous thing ever done to you wasn't violence, war, or suffering, but something far more silent, something invisible? Forgetting. Forgetting your true self. Forgetting your origin. Forgetting your power. In today's video, we're going to explore a radical idea, one that will shake the foundation of everything you've been told about growth, healing, and awakening. This isn't about religion. This isn't about belief. This is about memory, soul memory, and what happens when it's erased on purpose. Part 1. Before you were born, you knew everything. We often speak of babies as blank slates. But what if that's a lie? What if your soul entered this body already full of knowledge, of past lives, of timeless truths, of universal awareness? What if, instead of being born innocent, you were born intentionally wiped? The truth is, ancient traditions from around the world, from Gnosticism to Tibetan Buddhism, whispered of something sinister, that memory loss wasn't natural. It was designed, and that to remember is to wake up from a spell. Part 2. The system is built on amnesia. Why don't you remember where you were before? Why is it, generation after generation, we all seem to start from scratch? Is that really evolution? Or is it an extremely efficient system of control from your first breath? You were taught who to be, what to believe, and what not to question. You're told suffering is normal, identity is given, and reality is unchangeable. But all of this depends on you not remembering that this isn't your first time here, that you've been caught in this loop before, that everything around you has been built to keep you engaged, but never free. Part 3. Trauma. The weapon of forgetting. Here's the uncomfortable part. Forgetting isn't passive. It's engineered through trauma, emotional trauma, social trauma, even spiritual trauma. Every time your spirit breaks, a little piece of memory goes with it. Think of your earliest years. Did anyone ask you what you remembered? Or were you bombarded with names, labels, numbers, and systems? Your original voice was overwritten before it could fully form. And that's the point. This is not random. It's psychological programming. The system doesn't just want you to forget, it needs you to, because remembering would collapse everything. Part 4. Spiritual growth is a carefully measured illusion. Most people believe they're growing spiritually. They feel calmer, wiser, more loving. But let's ask something deeper. Is your growth liberating you or making you more accepting of the trap? Are you becoming more of your true self or just more patient within the same old game? The truth is, spirituality has been weaponized. You're taught to forgive everything. To surrender everything. To accept everything. Even the prison you're in. That's not awakening. That's sedation. You're being handed comfort instead of clarity. Part 5. The lesson trap. Loops disguised as purpose. You've heard it a million times. You're here to learn lessons. But think about it. If you don't remember the lessons from your last life, and you're forced to repeat them in this one, are you learning? Or are you just rerunning a program that never ends? The idea that suffering is required for growth, that trauma is a teacher, is the most elegant way to justify a loop. It turns pain into purpose, but purpose without progress is a prison. The same heartbreaks, the same fears, the same patterns. If you see the same cycle again and again, that's not evolution. That's a system feeding on your participation. Part 6. The white light trap. Return disguised as rescue. Many near-death experiencers describe a beautiful, bright light. It feels peaceful, loving, like home. But what if that light is the first part of the trap? What if it's not welcoming you, but recalling you? Like a magnet pulling your consciousness back into the system before you can escape. You step into the light, you feel relief, and then you're back. A new face, a new life, a new struggle. This isn't reincarnation for growth. It's recycling. The light isn't always love. Sometimes it's control wearing a mask. Part 7. Your guides might not be what they seem. Many people who've had deep spiritual experiences speak of spirit guides. Loving, compassionate beings who encourage you to return, to heal something, to finish something, to help others. But ask yourself this: why do they never offer another choice? Why don't they show you what exists beyond the cycle? Why do they only ever say, "You have more work to do. Go back"? If someone shows you only one option, is that guidance or manipulation? The more you awaken, the more you realize some guides serve the system. They are not evil. They are just invested in your return. Part 8. Amnesia is rewarded. Awareness is punished. You've noticed this. The moment you start to wake up, life gets harder. People pull away. Opportunities vanish. Struggles intensify. This is not punishment, it's resistance. The system pushes back against awakening because truth disrupts the program. Those who forget are left in peace. Those who remember are targeted. Awakening becomes a battle, not because it's wrong, but because it's real. That alone should tell you which path the system prefers you to stay on. Part 9. Your soul was never meant to be trapped in flesh. This physical body is incredible, but it's also a cage when it's forced to repeat the same limited game. Why do you need to suffer in a body to learn spiritual truths? Why do you need to die, forget, and restart every time? The soul is infinite. It does not need limitation to evolve. That belief that pain and limitation are sacred is part of the programming. It keeps you bound to the cycle. The truth: you were never meant to stay here. You were meant to remember and leave. Part 10. Remembering is the key, not healing, not becoming. The final trap is the most beautiful. The idea that you must become something new. Heal more, learn more, awaken more. But this is another loop, because you already are what you're looking for. The key isn't to become more. It's to remember what you were before they made you forget. Your power, your clarity, your origin. Once you remember fully, not partially, not in dreams, but in clarity, the contract ends. The game cannot continue. You are no longer a player. You become a witness, and from that place, you leave, not because you won, but because you no longer play. Closing message. The great forgetting is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to wake up. This system is ancient. Its design is flawless. Its lies are wrapped in comfort, purpose, and peace. But your soul knows. And if you felt the ache, the one that says, something isn't right, even when life looks fine, that's your memory calling back. You were never broken. You were never lost. You were only made to forget. And now, you're starting to remember. Backhand index pointing right. Let us know in the comments if something stirred inside you. Maybe not a belief, but a memory. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe for more content on breaking the illusion, reclaiming your original awareness, and remembering what they made you forget.